Howdy, y'all. I wanted to do a video on something that I haven't heard anybody talk about while carrying a firearm. You see all these instructors talking about, you need to grip it properly and don't jerk and don't anticipate trigger pull and all that other stuff. Which, don't get me wrong, they're all liable points. They're all very valid points, and they're all good points with every instructor. It doesn't matter. Excuse me. It doesn't matter whether you're SIG or a NRA instructor. It doesn't matter. All the points are very valid of what they say. Okay. The other day I was sitting around thinking about this. I've seen a few videos and Facebook memes about, oh, would you rather this guy carry a gun while you're out to eat, or would you rather this person be able to carry a gun, to feel safe, out in public? But here's something I have not heard any of them talk about. Not one. At least not yet. How about that? Y'all please forgive me. I'm sitting obviously in my car. I'm also smoking a cigarette, but in the same time, I'm also on medicine to quit cigarettes too. But that's not what this video is about. Anyway, so I got around thinking about it while I was eating dinner the other night. Quite literally eating dinner. So here's my point. Of all the instructors that have talked about how to carry a firearm safely and what to do and how to use it and aiming, and maybe you're going through a tactical program or school or course or classes or whatever the case may be, which, by the way, check us out, Urban Security Agents LLC, on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We're on all three of them. And I'm getting to the point where I'm being able to do a little more of these videos, whether it be at home in the comfort of my home or right now in my car. So that being said, while I was eating dinner the other night, I was sitting around thinking, has anybody talked about eating and carrying your firearm? For example, if you're like me, I can't pick up a thing of chicken and chew it, okay? Due to some teeth issues, and if you can see it well enough, you can see. Quite embarrassed about it. But anyway, I gotta kind of shred it off the bone and then eat it with a fork, okay? My teeth just aren't strong enough to do that anymore. So that being said, I'm going to pose a scenario for you, okay? You and your family, lovely family, you're out to eat, and you got the wife, the kids, boyfriend, girlfriend, it doesn't matter. I don't give a damn which way you swing. As long as you treat each other like a human, I don't give a shit. But anyway, you're out to dinner with the wife and the husband, kids. So that being said, you're sitting there, for example, eating a chicken leg, chicken thigh, whatever. Something's got bone in it that you gotta, finger fuck real good. Ribs. Some kind of finger food like that. Popcorn could be one. It's really greasy. So my point is, if you're eating a greasy food, you're out in public, you're out in a restaurant, and something happens, are you going to have enough time to wipe your hands, grab your firearm, and be able to use it properly and accurately? Now, I only bring this up, like I said, because I've never heard anybody talk about it. Not one person. Not one. Now, that also being said, I've sat and talked about what I carry, how I carry with my everyday carry. Okay. Um, when I everyday carry, it I wear clothing that's appropriate. I have trained most likely in that clothing or a style of clothing that's really close thereof. Okay, jeans or and they've got these other pairs of pants that aren't quite jean material, but pants. They're loose, kind of thin, very aerated. I've trained in various styles of pants and clothing. Okay, but again, are you gonna have time to jump up and wash your hands, wipe your hands off before you get into a shootout, and be able to still operate that firearm safely? Sorry, something got in my balls. Without it jumping out of your hands because your fingers are so greasy. Pizza's another one. And this would even go at home. Like I said, eating fried chicken at home, eating a pizza at home, any of those things that's really greasy and you got a finger, touch. just throwing it out there. It's, I like I said, I was sitting around eating dinner the other night and quite literally thought of this. So why hasn't anybody brought this up? Just, you know, um, the more I think about it and whatnot, a lot of people depend on what if scenarios and situations. Well, what if this happens? Or what if that happens? Or what if. I don't do what if situations, if that makes any sense. Now, let me explain this. What if is many things compiled into two words. Okay. What if the bad guy did this? What if I did that? What if, we did this? There's a lot of what ifs. So here's how I approach the what if situation. Mainly, what if you're just not fucking prepared? You train on the basics, and you keep those basics at core, value. Okay, keep on the basic training. Okay, drawing your weapon out front, come back, reholster. Drawing your weapon out front, fucking pow pow pow, pew pew pew, whatever noises you want to make to help you out. Bang bang bang, boom boom boom. It doesn't matter. Clickety click. Who cares? The basics are there for a reason, and it's like a standard guideline to get everybody kind of taught and on the same page, right? Right. All right. And again, I've not ever heard anybody go, hey, what about while you're eating food? Are you going to have time to do that? Your wife's not going to be able to do it. She's finger fucking food too. Your children aren't going to do it. Most likely, they're not. You don't let them handle a firearm yet. Which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But what are you going to do? Now, I'm not saying don't eat these foods. I mean, you got to eat. You like these foods. Here's what I do think, and here's how my thought process has worked. Okay. One, first and foremost, situational awareness. Be aware of what's going on around you. Watch the people that come in and out. Don't sit with your back towards the door in the restaurant. Make sure you can find and see a clear exit if you need to. Okay. You want to be able to be as ready as you possibly can. Now, excuse me. It's been a long day. I've been up early this morning. And it's now 4:30. Excuse me. Situational awareness is something that I harp on a whole bunch because that alone could very well possibly save your life and give you that time to react, okay? And here's why I say that. for the general public, if you watch somebody, I mean, everybody's out in public enough that if you watch somebody come in a door and you just get that funny feeling, that instinctual feeling that something is off or not right. Me, myself, and I start wiping my hands off. I start kind of watching. I start trying to figure out directionals. I start trying to figure out, you know, if I, again, if I did this, is the if part of that action going to cause a reaction that's going to come back on me, right? Kind of number one rule other than safety, firearm safety, is you need to know where the bullet's going. So I start looking for those things. Secondly, I start looking for an exit so I can protect my family and get them out the door and out of harm's way. Thirdly, I'll come back in, whatever the case may be, to start preserving human life. Let me repeat that. Start preserving human life. Not male, not female, not child, not granny, grandpa. Human life. Okay? And then I'll start working my way to the target, giving commands, verbal judo, whatever the case may be, to either de-escalate the situation or take the target completely out. Again, I was just thought. All of us have it. I've never seen an instructor talk about it. I've seen them, do the cold hand thing, put them in ice, train in snow, I've done it I've done it, okay? Trained with gloves on, gloves off. I've trained with hurt hands. I've trained with a dislocated shoulder. I've trained with dislocated fingers. I've done all those things. But that's not the point. The point is has anybody thought about greasy food and handling your firearm? Because in my mind, you're over here finger fucking some food, you go grab your firearm, bang, then you got to readjust because your hands are so greasy, and you can't keep a good, tight, proper grip on your firearm. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's handgun or long steel, either or. And I would think it would kind of go with both. Okay. Are you gonna have that time to adjust and to adapt and to overcome that situation properly to preserve, excuse me, human life? So you can leave comments. You can tell me to fuck off. I don't care. I really don't. But that's just something to think about. And I don't see or hear anybody, a lot of them not talking about that. Right now, a lot of people are going out to eat. They're eating hamburgers and stuff that they have to use their hands with, because you can't necessarily eat and with a fork and cut your steak and drive down the road at the same time. And if you are, you're an asshole and shouldn't be driving. But that being said, does anybody think about those things? Is it just me? Am I weird? I mean, what's the deal here, right? Leave your comments. Leave your thoughts. Tell me what you think about it, etc. Again, check out our YouTube page, Urban Security Agents LLC, on Facebook and on Twitter, okay? Thank you, guys.